Ladies first. I am sure you have heard of this. The first T20 International was held on 5th August 2004 between England and New Zealand women's team, with New Zealand winning by 9 runs. On 17th February 2005, Australia defeated New Zealand in the first men's international T20 match played at Eden Park in Auckland. Ricky Ponting played an innings of 98 of 55 balls and secured Australia's victory. T20 cricket was not a story of one night. It took time. So let's see how each step got unfolded to become modern day T20 cricket. The Benson and Hedges was one day cricket tournament for first class cricket in England and Wales that was held from the year 1972 to 2002, one of the cricket's longest sponsorship deals. But in the year 2002, Benson and Hedges ended. The ECB needed another one day competition to fill its place. The ECB also analyzed that the competition was recording extremely less audience. Cricket authorities were looking to boost the game's popularity at global level among the youngsters. Cricket had also reduced sponsorships and it had needed revolution. The problem was well understood. The pace it was slow. Stuart Robertson, the marketing manager of ECB, proposed a 20 over per innings game to county chairmen in 2001 and they voted 11-7 in favor of adopting the new format. The first official T20 matches were played on 13 June 2003 between the English counties in the T20 Cup. The first season of T20 in England was relative success with the Surrey Lions defeating Warwickshire Bears by 9 wickets in the final to claim the title. The first T20 match held at Lord's on 15 July 2004 between Middlesex and Surrey attracted a crowd of 27,509, the highest attendance for a county cricket game at the ground other than one day final since 1953. When ODI started, it had great reflection of Test, and the early T20 cricket was looked in the same way. The only optimistic point was at least it ended in about 3 hours. 13 teams from different parts of the country participated in Pakistan's inaugural competition in 2004 with Faisalabad Wolves the first winners. On 12th January 2005, Australia's first T20 game was played at the WACA ground between Western Warriors and Victorian Bushangers. It drew a sellout of crowd of 20,000 which was the first one in near 25 years. Starting on 11 July 2006, 19 West Indian regional teams competed in what was named Stanford 2020 tournament. The event was financially backed by billionaire Alan Stanford, who gave at least 2 crore 80 lakh US dollars in funding money. It was intended that the tournament would be an annual event. Guyana won the inaugural event, defeating Trinidad and Tobago. By winning the tournament, they secured 1 million US dollars in prize money. Several T20 leagues started after the popularity of the 2007 ICC World T20. The BCCI started IPL, which is now the largest cricket league. In 2007, which utilizes the North American sport franchise system with 10 teams in major Indian cities. In September 2017, the broadcasting and digital rights for the next 5 years, 2018 to 22, of IPL were sold to Star India for US dollars 2.55 billion, making it one of the world's most lucrative sports league per match. IPL has seen a spike in its brand valuation to US dollars 5.3 billion after the 10th edition, according to global valuation and corporate finance advisor Duff and Phillips. The Big Bash League, Bangladesh Premier League, Pakistan Super League, Caribbean Premier League, and Afghanistan Premier League started thereafter following similar formulae and remained popular with the fans. The Women's Big Bash League was started in 2015 in Cricket Australia, while the Kia Super League was started in England and Wales in 2016. The Manzi Super League in South Africa was started in 2018. Several T20 leagues follow the general format of having a group stage followed by a page playoff system among the top 4 teams. It goes as follows. The first and the second highest placed teams in the group stage face off with the winner going to the final. The third and the fourth placed teams face off with the loser being eliminated. The two teams who have not yet made it to the final after the above two matches have been played face off till the second berth in the final. In the Big Bash League, there is an additional match to determine which of the fourth or fifth placed teams will qualify to be in the top 4. Twist in the tail. 2005 Australia and New Zealand match turned out to be very special. because that match marked that T20 is going to be the future of cricket. The first T20 international in England was played between England and Australia at Rose Bowl in Hampshire on 13 June 2005, which England won by a margin of 100 runs, a record victory which lasted until 2007. On 9 January 2006, Australia and South Africa met in the first international T20 game in Australia. In a first, each player's nickname appeared on the back of his uniform rather than his surname. The international match drew a crowd of 38,894 people at the Gabba. On 16 February 2006, New Zealand defeated West Indies in a tie-breaking bowlout 3-0. 126 runs were scored apiece in the game proper. The game was the last international match played by Chris Cairns. The ICC has declared that it sees T20 as an optimal format for globalizing the game, and in 2018 announced that it will give international status to all T20 cricket matches played between its member nations. This resulted in a significant leap in the number of T20I matches played across the world. Every 2 years, an ICC World T20 tournament is to take place, except in the event of an ICC Cricket World Cup being scheduled in the same year, in which case it will be held the year before. The first tournament was in 2007 in South Africa, where India defeated Pakistan in the final.
In the air, Srishan takes it! India win! Unbelievable scenes here at the Bull Ring.
Couldn't do it. India T20 champions. But what a game we had. MS Dhoni got it right in the end, but Misbah Ulaq, what a player. Pakistan have found a great...
Two associate teams had played in the first tournament selected through the 2007 ICC World Cricket League Division 1, a 50 overs competition. In December 2007, it was decided to hold a qualifying tournament with a 20-over format better to prepare the teams. With 6 participants, 2 would qualify for the 2009 World T20 and would each receive $250,000 in prize money. The second tournament was won by Pakistan, who beat Sri Lanka by 8 wickets in England on 21st June 2009. The 2010 ICC World T20 tournament was held in West Indies in May 2010, where England defeated Australia by 7 wickets. The 2012 ICC World T20 was won by the West Indies by defeating Sri Lanka at the finals. It was the first time in the cricket history when T20 World Cup tournament was taking place in an Asian country. The 2014 ICC World T20 was won by Sri Lanka by defeating India at the finals, where the tournament was held in Bangladesh. In the 2016 ICC World T20 was won by West Indies. In July 2020, the ICC announced that the both 2020 and 2021 editions have been postponed by 1 year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But after the break, the 2020 edition took place in 2021, which was won by Australia against New Zealand. The T20 World Cup is again going to take place in 2022 in Australia. In June 2021, the ICC expanded the T20 World Cup from 16 to 20 teams starting from the 2024 edition onwards. T20 cricket is claimed to have resulted in more athletic and explosive form of cricket. Indian fitness coach Ramji Srinivasan declared in an interview with the Indian fitness website Takat.com that T20 had raised the bar in terms of fitness levels for all the players, demanding in higher levels of strength, speed, agility and reaction time from all players regardless of the role in their team. Matthew Hayden credited retirement from international cricket with aiding his performance in general and fitness in particular in the Indian Premier League. Virat Kohli, a perfect example where he has displayed that fitness is the first priority in cricket. In June 2009, speaking of the annual Cowdray Lecture at Lord's, former Australian wicketkeeper Adam Gilchrist pushed for T20 to be made an Olympic sport. It would, he said, be difficult to see a better, quicker or cheaper way of spreading the game throughout the world. In similar vein, several commentators have noted that T20 format has been embraced by many associate members of the ICC, partly because it is more financially viable to play. Former Australian captain Ricky Ponting, on the other hand, has criticised T20 as being detrimental to Test cricket and for hampering batsmen's scoring skills and concentration. Former Australian captain Greg Chappell made similar complaints, fearing that young players would play too much T20 and not develop their batting skills fully, while former England player Alex Tudor feared the same for bowling skills. Former West Indian captains Clive Lloyd, Michael Holding, and Garfield Sobers criticized T20 for its role in discouraging players from representing their Test cricket national side, with many West Indian players like Chris Gayle, Sunil Narayan, and Dwayne Bravo preferring instead to play T20 franchise elsewhere in the world and make far more money. Today in India, T20 has a great impact and fan following. IPL is probably one of the most important reasons. But how did IPL start? What is the IPL tale?